Hi there friends, welcome in. So let's get straight down to business. I know exactly what you guys are here for because this is a video that a lot of you guys have requested in finding out what my experience was like getting to go to Coldplay concerts, and of course the big thing, getting to be invited on stage in my Angel Moon cosplay with the band. So let's get straight to it. Let's start in the beginning of the day. Murphy's Law, if you don't know, it's anything that can and will happen does happen. It started out crazy. We got into Tampa the morning of, and right off the bat there was already some issues with our rental car. Because we didn't have a hotel that day in Tampa, we were just kind of hanging out in the rental car. I changed into the Angel Moon cosplay that I'm currently wearing inside the rental car, which was fun. A little cramped, but that's okay. I've done full cosplay transformations before in the car, so you know, it wasn't anything massively new to me. We get to the venue and there's an issue with our tickets. Long story short, we had to end up not using those tickets and we had to buy some general admission floor tickets. Keep in mind, we've never done general admission floor before because we weren't sure if any mobility devices would be allowed. Stadiums have kind of been like iffy about that. We get general admission floor, and I don't really know at that point where exactly to station myself. I had just been on the stands, which are the seats that you see not on the floor for every other concert that I had gone to. We started off behind the C stage, knowing that they would of course move to the C stage, and from then I didn't really like the point of view from behind the C stage, so I said, why don't we try somewhere in between the B stage? I decided to position us somewhere between the B stage and the C stage, and it just so happened that we were at the right place at the right time, because during one of the transitions from the guys going to the B stage, or the main stage, to the C stage, security has to kind of part the sea of people. So we were just kind of waiting at that point to have the band come through the barrier where the security had their arms out with yellow tape. The band comes by. I'm filming this at that point to be able to get their reactions. At this point I'm filming on my phone. I decide to kind of move the phone out of the way so they can actually see me if they do see my cosplay. You will see the guys come by and they kind of like give me little nods of approval or just big smiles. But at the end it was Chris, and I do have footage of this. Chris just points straight at me and he's like, and I was like at that point over the moon because I was like, oh my gosh, Chris saw my cosplay, awesome. I turn and I see Chris go up to security. He points at me and he points up at the stage. At that point I'm like, oh my goodness, this is happening. I kind of had like a realization at that point that something involving me and involving Coldplay was gonna happen. Wasn't sure what yet, but I knew that something was gonna happen. Sure enough, head of security and a couple other security guards come to me while the sea of people is still off to the side. They tell me, Chris wants you on stage with the band. I know. Let that sink in. You can watch it here in just a second. I know. Crazy. From that point it was kind of just a crazy whirlwind rush of emotions. I was led to stage through the area where the security were holding everybody in the audience part. They took us through this locked barrier with the gate I just remember they told me to sit down. I had the stage up in front of me. It was probably maybe 6 feet above me. I was kind of in like a little pit area. I was looking above while, of course, Chris was just feet away from me performing. Security just told me, Chris will cue you to come on stage, but just wait here. Then, of course, they brought the lady that was dressed as the green alien. She sat next to me. Just as we were about to be cued during Beautiful, the other Angel Moons, the young girls, they also joined us in that little pit area. And of course, Chris kind of gave us an introduction during Beautiful. He said we looked effing amazing, of course with the full expletive, which was great to hear, because having a band you just love be able to recognize your cosplay is one, amazing from a fan perspective, but also from a cosplayer perspective, because to have people you look up to acknowledge your cosplay, it's just great. At that point, we don't really know what to do. We just know to come up on stage. We walk up the steps onto the stage. I just kind of wing it. I don't really know what to do at this point. I wasn't nervous at all because I've been on large stages before for cosplay stuff. So I was like, 60-some thousand people, no biggie. It was just more like, oh my gosh, I'm on stage with Coldplay. Whoa. I kind of was just like, okay, well, I'm going to lip sync with the band like I was Angel Moon, and I'll just have fun with it. I don't really know what to do. I kind of looked over to everybody else and they were kind of having their own just little moments. So I was like, I'm gonna have my moment too. I'm gonna just lip sync as if I was Angel Moon, and we'll see what happens from there. After the song ended, we all kind of like crowded around Chris because we were like, what do we do? What do we do? When we had first walked on, he had given us Angel Moons. I don't know if he gave all the girls, but he did give me a fist bump. And after the song ended, he gave some of the younger girls a hug, which I didn't want to take that moment away from them. So I didn't get a hug, but I did kind of get like a handshake, Not really a handshake so much as like Chris gave me his palm and kind of just like shook it in earnest, like, thank you, awesome. And that was that. We had to kind of he told us there would be time for stuff like that afterwards. We had to just get off stage to be able to just get back into the crowd and let them finish a wave and the credits. So it was super quick. No one else came up to us and told us we could go see the band. So we didn't get to meet the band, unfortunately, but that's okay. Getting to be on stage for those few moments with a band that I love more than anything was just amazing. I don't think I can ever relive such a moment. If something like that happens again on the second leg of the US tour when they come back, that would be awesome. It was something that I will cherish forever. I'm just so happy that so many of you guys and the band too love the cosplay that I made. I tried to perfect it, which was really kind of hard because I started out just seeing Angel Moon in really grainy, bad photos. 4K videos didn't show all the details of her full outfit. I worked with some pretty bad photos before I debuted her to Dallas, and of course from Dallas to Tampa. Along the way, I just kept adding extra things because with better close-up photos from people in the crowd, I just saw more details, and I was like, okay, I've got to add extras because I love to be as accurate as I can, and I just wanted to do her justice because I know obviously the band liked Angel Moon and the Weirdos because they're such a big part of Music of the Spheres now. So I was like, I wanted to do her justice. Some closing thoughts. I got to briefly talk with the band while we were kind of being ushered off stage. I told Chris he was an amazing human and that I loved him. I didn't want to go too crazy or anything, and plus words kind of just evaded me at that moment. I told Will he's an amazing musician and thanks for the magic. And Guy and Johnny just kind of gave me like, you know, like not really thumbs up, but they were like smiling really big and just enjoying, I guess, the cosplay. So that was really awesome. I had such a fun time. I kind of feel like everything happened for a reason. Whatever happened before, we just happened to be on the floor at the right time. It was great. I had so much fun, and I'm looking forward to so much more Coldplay on Music of the Spheres since I'm such a huge fan. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know you guys have had a lot of questions, and this is something that many people have asked me. So if you have any other questions down below in the comments, type them out and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you again so much, you guys. I hope to see more of you on more Coldplay concerts. Bye-bye. And don't forget, may your heart be your guiding key.